Eat your heart out, guys. I'm Cannibal. This is the cure for blindness. And if you clicked on this video, you probably ended up here because I didn't want to explain my eye condition in one of my Overwatch videos. So I probably linked you to this. So this is it. This is the big what is wrong with my eyes, what is my medical condition video. I really don't like talking about this stuff, honestly. At least I don't like going in depth with it. Or talking about specific things like how it affects my life, but you guys are always asking, so here it is, so I don't have to talk about it on the stream. Here we go. I was born legally blind. I'm 28 years old right now as of recording this, and I've been blind the whole time. So let's start by saying what is legal blindness, and then I'll get into what is my problem specifically. Legal blindness means that your vision is, at best, at the very best, your vision could be 20/200, which means 20/20 is normal. So what the average person can see 200 feet away, someone with 20/200 would have to be 20 feet in front of it. So it's basically taking normal vision and saying you have 1/10 of that. If you can see it from 200 feet away, a legally blind person would need to be at least 20 feet. 1/10 vision. That's step one. You have to have at least that bad eyesight. Now, some people have that eyesight, but it can be corrected with glasses and surgery. So if you're out there and you're wearing glasses, you might, who knows? You might have 2200 vision and you don't have like a bunch of compounding effects that make you legally blind. So you can wear glasses and contacts to correct that and have normal sight. If that is you, you are not legally blind. Because the second prerequisite for legal blindness means there is nothing that can be done about it. There is no medical procedure on planet Earth that can fix it right now. So no glasses do not fix my problem. You could put all the glasses you want in front of my eyes, it's not going to make them better. No surgery like LASIK is going to fix my eyes. It doesn't matter. No doctor would even perform the surgery because they know with my condition, this will do absolutely nothing. Done. It's pointless, okay? Any other surgery like that, as far as we know medically speaking right now, will not help someone that's legally blind. So there you go. That's basically the stipulation for legal blindness. If you qualify under those, then the government is going to consider you disabled. Your medical professionals are going to label you legally blind. The good news is, hey, bad news, you'll never be able to drive. Sorry, dudes, I can't drive a car. There's no way anyone would put me behind a wheel and feel safe. You're gonna have these problems in your life that I'll talk about more later. But the good news is, which honestly transportation is the biggest one because it's going to affect what jobs you can get and how easily you can access those jobs. Which is where the next part comes in, you can get disability. Okay, you can get disability. It's not a large amount. It's not even close to a normal salary. Not even close. Literally disability for legal blindness, it is still going to put you under the poverty line. You're still going to be poor as hell. So it's not like you're just getting a bunch of free money and it's going to make your life a-okay. You're getting a little bit of money and life's still going to be hard and you're still going to be blind. So, but that is a plus side. You do get some free money. If you can find a way to work from home, that's what I do. I take disability and I work a job at home because transportation is not really a possibility for me. Because living in Texas where everything's so spread out and a lack of good public transportation. So yeah, I work from home. For those of you that want to know what I do, I caption live phone calls for the deaf and hard of hearing. So deaf people that can't hear people over the phone, they use a special system that puts me on their call, and I caption and translate everything that's being sent to the deaf person so they can have a phone call. Anyway, but that's not about my disability. But that's just my job. That's how I make money. So me specifically, my disorder has only recently been diagnosed. So like I said, I'm 28 years old. I've been legally blind the whole time. Literally been going to doctors since I was 6 months old about this condition. No one could do anything. They know they couldn't do anything, and literally they said there's no point in even finding out what your condition is called, because it could only be one of these few things, and none of them are treatable. So there's no point in doing tests on you and just telling you, hey, buddy, this is what your condition's called, but there's still nothing we can do. So I only just found out 6 months ago, at 28 years old, what my condition is kind of called. See, we're gonna get into some territory here, because I think the medical field is kind of trash ass booty cheeks when it comes to visual impairments. Okay, I mean, we got things like glaucoma and stuff on lock because, hey, everyone gets old and tends to develop this disorder. But if you got something remotely interesting or weird or unique, dude, there's like no info out there. People don't give a crap. Or there's no funding for them to give a crap, I don't know. But anyway, I found a doctor who was willing to do a bunch of tests on me for free. He worked at a school, and so he had young doctors coming in that he was teaching, and I reached out and I said, hey, this is my condition. Would you like to find out more about my condition, because I don't know anything after 28 years. And he was super excited. He said he'd get it all paid for, so nothing had to come out of my pockets, which was huge because, again, guys, I live on disability and work this job on the side to make, what little amount of money I can. I don't make anything. If you watch my YouTube channel or Twitch or streams or anything, dude, I'm not making ass off that, all right? So if I was, I would be off disability. I do not want to be on that shit. All right, I don't want to be taking money from anybody unless they are saying, hey, I like your content, have money. I don't like that government thing, dude. That's just not me. But this doctor offered to do it all for free, which is fantastic. He strapped me up with electrodes, shocked me, and did all these different tests. Hours and hours of testing, and eventually came back with the diagnosis of rare monochromatism. Now, if you look that up, you're actually not going to find anything, because monochromatism is a thing. But when you put the word rare in front of it, what that means is it's kind of like monochromatism, but we don't fucking know. So there you go. It's closest to monochromatism, but monochromatism usually presents with some color blindness, and I don't really have much color blindness. I just have really bad vision. Now let's go into that more specifically, since we got the name out of the way, rare monochromatism. My vision specifically, if I were to describe it to you, I have severe photosensitivity. So your eyes are made up of two things, cones and rods. I believe the cones filter colors and the rods filter light, or vice versa. I don't know, dude. I'm not a medical professional, all right? I have almost no cones. Your body's supposed to have thousands or millions of them in your eyeballs. I have almost none, which stops my eye's ability to filter light. If you imagine, and it's so hard to describe this to people, because if you've never seen it, if your eyes don't work like this, how can you imagine anything else? Like, I can only imagine what 20/20 looks like. I don't know what perfect sight is like. I can only imagine someone with 20/20 trying to picture having shit vision. It's just weird, but I'll try my best. So imagine you're driving in a car at night, and you get those, like, you look at a street light, and you know how the light around the street light kind of flares out, and you get this big bubbly thing around the light. It's not clear. It's got this, like, the light is distorted. Okay, so you're gonna take that, and then you're gonna magnify it, like, incredibly. Like, take that little blob around the light bulb and the rays shooting off, and just make it bigger and bigger and bigger until that's all your eyes are gonna see. That's basically my vision. Any light source is just going to flare up and be insane in my eyes. All the light is going to go straight in there. None of it's going to get filtered out, and it makes everything really unclear if there's light. So that's part of it. Another part is just bad vision in general. So my vision is somewhere between 22 and 2400. Now remember when I said 2200 earlier was, hey, if the average person can see it 200 feet away, a legally blind person would have to be at least 20. Well, now you're saying what a normal person can see 400 feet away, I would have to be 20 feet. So 20 times worse than normal vision. What that means is if I wanted to read my phone, guys, I would need to be this close. So this is about my average phone reading. I know you'll see me pick up my phone on stream sometimes and look at it. I'm probably just looking to see like if there's a color change, that maybe I got a notification, right? I cannot read it. There's no way I can read what's on the screen from really anything but like right here. Same thing with books. When you see me play video games, the reason I'm that close is, realistically, this is the distance to my TV. It's about, 4 to 6 inches. A lot of times during streams, I sit back here and play. That is because I personally really don't like that I hunch over like that. I don't like that appearance. I don't like the way that makes me seem. I don't like, whether you want to say it's pride or I don't like that weakness. I don't like that. I don't like that. I want to look normal. I want to stand up straight and look nice. So yeah, if I'm sitting like this when I play, dude, this is actually too far for me to see it. Accurately. So if I really wanted to play Overwatch and be as good as I possibly could, I would be very, very close. I just don't do that on stream because that's embarrassing to me. What else, dude? Yeah, that's pretty much my condition. If you want to know personal stuff about it, yes. I guess also, if you want to know 2 more things that are side effects, nystagmus means your eyes constantly shake. I don't know if I can get it to do right now because I'm trying really hard to focus, but my eyes never stop moving. They're always going to move. They're always... that's part of what makes it so hard to focus, is because my eyes are constantly shaking back and forth, trying to focus, trying to see what they cannot see. And so that really stresses them out. It causes a lot of strain. By the end of the day, your eyes are tired as hell because they've been trying to see things that they just can't. What was the other one? There's one where it's the shape of the lens of your eye is messed up. So I have that. What's it called? Nystagmus and astigmatism. Astigmatism. That is the one where the lens in your eye is messed up. And that's actually what a lot of people that have low vision, just regular low vision, not legally blind, have. There's just a lens in your eye. It's just a little misshapen. That's why you just put a contact or a glasses. Just add another lens in front of it to correct the lens in your eye that's kind of messed up. And that's most people's issue. When you think you have bad eyesight, it's probably you're just suffering from, a little misshapen lens in your eyeball that can be easily corrected by putting a lens in front of it. So I do have that in addition to all these other things. And it's really the compounding that is a problem. I will tell you, if I ever have kids, the likelihood that my kids would have my condition is very low unless I had a kid with someone with my exact condition, basically, to turn it into a trait that pops up in the kid. But my condition is like 1 in a million or more, so the likelihood of me finding someone that has that and having a kid with them is very unlikely. So I'm really glad if I ever have children, I won't be passing on this gene or this active gene to them, most likely, which is great. Because I would not want my kid to have to go through that. If you want to know about childhood, yeah, dude, my parents figured out I was blind almost immediately when they brought me home from the hospital as a baby, because remember that nystagmus thing I told you about where my eyes wouldn't adjust and they always move? Well, that's a progression over time. It's actually better now than it ever has been, and my ability to deal with it is better than it ever has been, and my condition in general, because I've dealt with it for so long. Now, as a baby and as a child, when you're not used to that, my eyes literally went all over the place. I looked like some kind of creepy Grudge horror movie baby where my eyes are just crazy going off everywhere. You know, my parents knew something was wrong, which is why I went to the doctor so early, because they were like, this is not okay. My baby's eyes are everywhere. So yeah, I was, you know, it was very apparent. You know, did I hurt myself a lot as a kid? Yes. Ran into things all the time. Fell down staircases, bumped into walls, tripped over everything and anything. Yeah, and we were outdoor kids when I was growing up. I know I play video games now a lot, and I certainly did growing up, but we were outdoor kids. So I was a blind kid running around outside. I can't even tell you how many times I ran headfirst into a tree or a barbed wire fence. Just boom, dude. Happened all the time. My parents were so funny because they didn't want me to live like I was blind, even though I definitely, you know, I obviously am. So they would let me ride my bike to my friends' houses down the street, which is just hilarious to imagine a blind guy on a bike going down the street. And I never told them this, but I ran my bike headfirst into so many mailboxes. Oh my god, man. I'm talking like bike hits the mailbox, blind guy flips over the top of the mailbox, lands on his back, man. I just never told my parents. What am I gonna do, man? I'm sorry, I'm blind. I want to go to my friend's house. I'm gonna ride my bike. Fuck this mailbox. Mom and Dad don't need to know. I almost died. Yeah, dude, it happened all the time. So funny. So funny. But my parents were great. They always felt bad and probably responsible that I'm blind, even though it's obviously not their fault at all. So they were pretty lenient on me. They were pretty nice. They're pretty great people, TBH. But yeah, I did hurt myself a lot. Got picked on in school. I was bullied hardcore, man. Not only because I'm blind, but also because I'm a nerd. There you go, man. There you go. Which is totally cool now for you kids out there. Nerds actually don't seem to get picked on like they used to. I grew up in a small Texas town. My class was about 30 kids, and we'd known each other since forever. You know, every grade is the same class every time. If you were a loser one year, you're going to be a loser the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year, forever. And since I couldn't play sports because I'm blind, you know, not that if you're blind you can't play sports. If that interests you, dude, you find a way to do it. For me, that did not interest me. I felt as though that was not something I was interested in. It was not something I was good at. And if I'm not good at something, I don't want to do it. There you go. It's that pride that I have. It's that embarrassment. I hate being embarrassed. And growing up, I was always embarrassed. Always. Because of my vision. Examples of shit that embarrassed me as a kid that really affected my mind growing up. Imagine your mom picks you up from school, right? And you go to get in her car only to sit down in the passenger seat and realize that's not your mom's car. It's someone with a vaguely similar car that your eyes couldn't distinguish, and you opened their door and climbed in and sat down in that woman's vehicle. Yeah, dude. It's happened quite a few times. It's very embarrassing as a child to do that in front of the whole school over and over again. Yeah, dude. It's it's just stuff like that, man. Just embarrassing shit like that happened all the time. So yeah, dude, I was picked on. Fortunately, I was never a weakling, so I never got beat up because I could always defend myself. But yeah, picked on, definitely, bro. Yeah, dude. So. It's affected my whole life up till now. I'm still a very embarrassed, very self-conscious person when it comes to things like that because I've not grown out of that. You know, my eye condition hasn't changed. It's still, if my girlfriend picks me up from work, dude, I double check. I'm like, I'm standing right here. This is exactly where I'm at. you know, you play your music loud so I can hear you and I can know your vehicle just in case someone else's vehicle looks the same. I expect you to be here. I expect you to have music playing loud so that I know it's you. Because, you know, and my girlfriend is super nice and she does that for me. Because, yeah, the reality is, dude, I will get in someone else's car. And as an adult, that's not going to go over as well as it did when I was a kid. You know, I live in Texas. You try to open someone's car door, they probably got a gun, they're going to shoot you. I mean, I would, right? If someone tried to get in my car, I'd be like, bro, come on. We in Texas, we all got guns. So yeah, I really try to avoid that. I really try to avoid all that weird stuff happening just because it's so uncomfortable. I hate that. So yeah, so like a situation like that where I make sure everything lines up so that there's no way I could get it wrong. I do that with everything in my life to make sure everything goes smoothly, to make sure I have as little embarrassing moments as possible. But you guys watch me. You guys watch my YouTube videos. Obviously, you know, I mess up there. And I make mistakes there. So it's cool. It's cool because I'm putting that content out there. I'm allowing you to see that. It's not so cool in my personal life and walking around the world where I don't want to be treated like a weirdo. So yeah. But hey, man, you know, that's part of the life, I hope you learned a lot from this. I hope you understand my vision a little bit better. I know I left some things out. Probably talk about this a lot in my videos, but peripherals. That's everything to the side of your vision. So right now there's a TV to my left. It's right there. A normal person would be able to look at that TV and tell you exactly what that reflection is on that TV. I cannot. That does not exist to me. Imagine, we use the term horse blinders. When a horse is in a race, you put blinders on them so they don't get distracted by what's to the sides of them and they only look forward. Well, that blinder blocks off peripheral vision. Did I just make a horse analogy? Is that normal? I live in Texas, all right? Horse analogies are normal. I hope that's okay. I hope everyone gets that. But yeah, you put blinders on, that blocks your peripheral vision. So everything, if you put your hands like this, you can't see anything to the side of you anymore. Yeah, that's basically my vision. The sides are like, it's so fuzzy and so incredibly out of focus, I will never see anything. I need to look directly at something to see it. Which is why when I always tell you when I play Overwatch, I don't see health bars, I don't see ability management, I don't see the timer up top. All I can see is right where I'm aiming. I'm staring at the center of the screen as focused as I can be to see just that. Because there's no point. If I legitimately wanted to see my health bar or the timer, you would see my entire head shift down and stare at that part of the screen, and then I'd move back up. In a video game, that wastes vital time. It's better just to calculate your health and the time in your head, and not have to take that risk of literally moving your entire head to check a bar. You know, and if the bar was low, the amount of time it took me to check it, I probably just died. It's better to count it all on your head. So one thing I will say about blind people, they probably have great memory. I know I do. Because you have to. You gotta remember exactly where someone parked their car. You gotta remember exactly where you left something, or you'll spend hours trying to find it because you will never see it unless you know exactly where you put it. So yeah, we do have blind people. If you're watching this, I know you. We got memory on deck. We got memory on deck. We ain't going senile anytime soon. All right. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you were curious, you learned something, got some funny stories out of it. Now, how about you subscribe, click like, and go back and watch more of my content, please, please, please. You know, and if you want to, find that YouTube donate button. I'd really appreciate it. Again, dude, I'm really running the YouTube channel because I realized in my life I have to find a job I can do from home. I have to. Because of my disability, this is what I need to do. It's too hard to go out there and find transportation in a place like Texas. I gotta work from home, and I need a good paying job from home, and I don't have one. I want to get off disability. I just want to make YouTube content. I want to make good stuff people feel like is good enough to pay for. because I don't want you to pay for shit if you don't feel like it's good content. So that's my goal here. Try and run something good that y'all can enjoy so I can earn a living and get off disability and just have a normal fucking life, at least monetarily speaking, right? Good. I hope you learned something, guys. Eat your heart out. I'll catch you next time.
I'm not blind 23 hours a day or 22 hours a day. I'm blind the whole goddamn time.